Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Game 2 versus Carleton University Pink. Uh, this should be. I don't know. Nope. Your Saints. Your Saints are 4-0, and they have not lost a game. They are, I believe, 12-0 in games. So this should be a good one. And Carleton Pink is 3-0, and they are 9-1. They've only lost one game. So again, it should be a great matchup for this game, and I'm excited for this.
Absolutely, of course. This one, with both of these teams currently flawless in the league, somebody has to drop here tonight. And shout out to the midstream hat switch. Don't think that didn't go unnoticed there, mister. But you see right now, both teams are going to be hopping into the lobby very, very shortly. Before they end up doing so, going to quickly throw this over to what the standings do currently look like here. So Carleton, of course, sitting there in third, 3-0, but of course that's just because they haven't played enough matches yet, and we don't have a whole heck of a lot of time else to go for. Just note, of course, first seed St. Clair versus third seed Carleton University. Let's get into the action as we're about to hit the pitch.
Yeah, it kicks off right away as Chip's almost gonna get a kickoff goal there, but Comp was there to say no to that.
And of course, now we're with our gold roster as well. So we got Spoods, we have we have Comp, we have Jay ready to take the skies once again and start making the plays. We see Comp drop down, shot attempt coming out here from Spoods and Jay at the same time, but it's going to be stopped aside. Meanwhile, we have on the side of Carleton, going to cheat for a second, we have Chip, Stopash, and Bilo, as we now see the ball right back into the Carleton University area. Stopash tried to get it out, but got demoed for his troubles, and Saints just constant pressure, nothing on target until now, and it's going to go in. Spood's going to start things off right here for St. Clair, putting it into the back of net himself.
Yeah, this is just a great pinch with the ground. Actually, I don't even think he pinched it there. He just got enough of the ball to make it to go towards the net. So Saints going to take an early 1-0 lead here, 45 seconds in. And I mean, they're playing good and getting the opportunities. Both teams have opportunities, as Carleton's going to get a shot here, but again, it's just there for the making, and Saints are going to clear it.
I mean, compared to the game that we were just watching, we're already seeing a little bit more capitalization coming out of Carleton University. This team, of course, 3-0 for a reason. They do have some offense in the tank, just unfortunately have not quite got an opportunity to really show it off as of yet, as we see a cross-crease pass here for the Saints onto the Carleton zone, but going to be pushed aside for a second, at least by Stopash, but he has to deal with the two members by himself. Chip gets punted, and it lets Jay have all the time in the world to just drill it into the left-hand side. Beautiful pass here from Comp, plus that follow-up, not a demo, but just enough of a bump to make it so that Jay could just tap it on in. Just going to put Saints even further ahead at this point.
Yeah, that knockback by Comp was just, I mean, follow through with your shot, and I guess that's what he was doing. To kill two birds with one stone, and I mean, 2-goal lead with a minute and a half in, and Jay almost gets another shot, and Stopash makes the save.
That was a solid shot. That was a hard one, but unfortunately there for Saints not going to quite get it. But Carleton definitely looking strong defensively for the last couple of moments. As I say that, I eat my words. Spood's going to take goal number 3 as Comp is just going to battle it out here with Chip and make it so that the roof is basically that fourth player on your team, passing it right to Spoods. Nobody home in the crease. Too many members up in the sky this time by, and Saints have 3 on the board already.
Yeah, they are working this offense for the Saints are working their offense and making sure everything counts. As that's going to be on goal, and it's going to hit off the post, but Chip gets the rebound and pulls them to within 2.
Honestly, for Carleton, good. They needed that nice and quickly there. And Chip, nicely done individual effort to put that one into the back of the net. A little bit of help from the goalpost on the left-hand side there, but nonetheless, keeping Carleton on the board, keeping it within 2. Still a completely doable matchup as long as Carleton is ready to rock. However, that awkward bounce is just going to shut it down right away. 4-1 now for St. Clair as Comp once again. I basically think he's got an assist on every goal here tonight so far, and just uses the side, not necessarily the post, but the wall, the backboard of sorts, Looks like a whipped shot. No, that's actually a pass. Sets it in nice and easy.
Yeah, Comp is one of those players that have been more of a playmaker than a scorer, but he still scores. So, like, if you're looking to set up a play as Jay gets, I thought that was going to be a shot on goal, but Stop Ash is going to save that.
Dropped down there for Comp for a second. Was there, but Biello had an opportunity to just go himself, but Jay, holy smokes, getting there in the last possible second to keep this 3-goal lead here for the Saints. Stopped by a shot, does get blocked. Now Saints back on the attack.
Yeah, Comp is going to try and center this out, and that's going to be Carleton trying to clear it, but again, not good contact with that 50-50, but again, it's just a back and forth right now as Jay takes to the sky. He's going to go off the backboard looking for the double touch, but goes too far back.
I may not get the double touch, but it does end up turning into a pass. However, Biello there with the demo onto Comp, going to make sure that that striker position is kind of shut down. Nobody sitting at the midfield mark just ready to blast it in, hoping that they overcommit in the crease. But now, again, Stop Ash, another demo, this time going to be taking Spoods out. So a 2-on-3. In theory, Carleton in position to stop this, but we see Jay, he's in his comfort zone right now. Taken to the skies, ball on the bumper, ready to just flip at a moment's notice and send here, like, Axel's packing, to say the least here. But does get stopped this time by Saints, kind of in their zone for just a moment. Spoods clearing attempt, not going to happen. Chip off the backboard, but it is going to be pushed aside by Spoods.
Yeah, I think he was looking for a teammate there as the passing from Comp to Jay was almost on target. And Comp being back in the net, which I don't normally know if he sits back and plays defense a lot, but Spoods is going to try and make this an opportunity to take to there.
And it's one of those things where, like you were saying before, he's not usually the scorer, but the playmakers will see a shot. But again, if he's not usually a defenseman, he sure came up clutch on that one. It's flying in, make that save right at the right opportunity. Gets an opportunity to put it towards the center as well. Jay going to try and get a rebound off of the carved chip. Not going to happen. Still kind of stuck here in the Carleton zone and in the corner. Looks like Biello going to try and push us up. Stop Ash is there. He's actually going to let it go, and that's going to be the goal. Biello going to get himself on the board, give Carleton their second goal here of this game, just basically from his crease almost. And honestly, I think Jay was thinking that was going to be a redirect, and a nice little fakie there coming up from Carleton.
Yeah, we've seen the Saints do that last game, or last series, and now we get to see it against the Saints, which is all right. That redirect would have, I don't think that would have helped anything, so good on that. I forget who that was, Stop Ash, for not touching that ball and just letting it go in.
Yeah, sometimes you're already waiting for the advanced play, that a standard one can still be effective at the higher levels of Rocket League. So we now see Spoods and Comp both up there as well. Jay going to go to the skies as well. 3 players here for the Saints up on the offense, but it does not really matter at this point. 3 seconds left to go. Even if Carleton scores, they still have this game in the bag, and they would have actually, but the time has run out. So St. Clair, in 4-2 fashion, going to take game number 1, which, to be fair, Carleton, bit of a slow start, but they really started to come around there at those last couple minutes or so.
Yeah, both teams had 8 shots, and St. Clair just had a little bit more opportunity there. Again, the Carleton's playing really good. I mean, as they should, and the record speaks. So, all around, they played great, and their defense is really good. Same with St. Clair. St. Clair had some clutch save that could have changed the game. And Comp, again, probably saved that win. Made sure they got that win with 2 key saves.
Yeah, absolutely there. It was very, very close to becoming a 1-goal game, but now we're going to have to fight right back from a clean slate here. St. Clair, of course, up 1 here in this series. Best of 5 action. Still plenty of Rocket League to go. Let's see if Carleton can fight back.
Yeah, I definitely think they can come back in this series and tie it up. Just some of the opportunities that Saints had were a little bit better, and double commits from Carleton have been, I think I've seen one of them which converted into a goal. So again, Saints almost had a chance there, and they have another chance here, but Comp can't get on the right side of the ball.
Loose in the crease. Oh, Jay would have had that lined up, but a good little bit of interference here from Chip. The one-on-one now, going to try and play the flick up, but Comp reads that completely. Makes the save on a breakaway opportunity. So very, very close attempt there from Carleton. Say at least best goal scoring chance of this second game here, at least as of right now. Chip going to try and pick up where he left off once again as well. Back into the corner, but nobody else is really there to come follow up for a second. So we're kind of just hovering around the midfield.
Yeah, and Chip's going to try and redirect that down, but again, Comp trying to not letting that get in front of the net as he takes the air. Going to try and pinch that, but he was beat to the ball when you're flying, when you're dropping down and don't have that many boost, and that pass was gorgeous, but saved by Balo.
They nearly turned it around to a scoring opportunity as well. Comp again forced to make a ridiculous save to keep this at a 0-0 game. And Carleton, they're kind of warmed up here. Shot on target. Balo going to take care of that one. Stop Ash getting credited here with the assist after he just punts it right off of Spoot's bumper. And it does allow Balo to just basically tee it off. No Saints are back in time to make the save. And Carleton have their first lead in this series.
Yeah, we'll see how they handle this. I know last time we've seen Saints down by 1, they normally tie it up within a couple of seconds, but maybe we find a team that will hold off a lead and maybe score a few more and, you know, tie up the series at 1 apiece.
And we're hearing here from Carleton that this is the kind of play style that I want to see. You have the lead, so don't get defensive, get aggressive, keep going. And we see them almost maybe overcommitting on that a little bit there, but Chip coming in clutch to make a save once again. 2 solid scoring opportunities, one for both sides as of this moment here. But right now, of course, Carleton looking good right now, about halfway here into this game. All kind of stuck in the Carleton zone with Saints trying to tie this up. They're getting held off, however, so good fight so far from Carleton.
Nice pass to an open net, and Stomp Ash is there to make a save to keep it a 1-goal game, and that's probably their clutchest save of the night so far. And St. Clair is trying to get it out of their zone, which they are. Nobody's back. Jay's going to try and send that out front, but nobody's there to make a save. Jay's going to hit it off the post, and that's going to be cleared by Stomp Ash, I believe it was.
Yep, that was extremely scary there. Chip was the only one back for the longest time, but Stop Ash gets back there just in time to make the save as it was loose, crawling through the crease. 2 minutes still to go here in this game. Chip going to try and carry it. He's going right through his crease, but okay, does flick it up high to make sure that no funny business happens in that no-go zone, of course. We now see Jay and Spoos here in the corner of it in the Saints zone, trying to get the opportunity to get themselves a good breakout. Stop Ash going to shut that down. And again, this and all this time this ball just being ping-ponged in the midfield is just more and more time that Carleton's killing.
Yeah, Jay's going to have an opportunity off the backboard here, but Carleton just like that clears it. And going to try and make some, which he does get a center, but that's going to go to midfield, and Comp's going to try and take advantage of this. As Jay up in there gets a shot and Chip with a save.
The speed of that pinch, I think, caught Carleton off guard. They didn't expect it to go flying towards their net so quickly, and holy smokes, that was perfect there for the Saints, but Stop Ash with an even better save to stop that one-timer attempt. They are still under pressure, however. Comp looking for the shot. Spoots is in a striking position if necessary. Jay trying to get past Balo, not going to happen. Gets sent right back into the St. Clair zone. Minute left to go. Saints are in trouble, and Stop Ash is going to put a little extra insurance on this Carleton lead after a nice pass from Chip along the side. Bounced it off the Saints defenseman, and Stop Ash just tees it up and lets it go. 2-0 lead for Carleton with less than a minute left.
Yeah, I think Spoods right there was trying to wait a second longer, and unfortunately, by the time he realized that Carleton was going for it, it was already a little bit too late in the shot on goal. But Saints are going to try and start something as there's still time left to at least score one. And again, it's just a ping-pong match right now. Midfield play around, and Comp going to try and fake him out and maybe send it out front. But into the
he had the first one beat. However, the second defender on the side of Carleton came in clutch. Saints need a Hail Mary to get this a goal within 5 seconds or so. But Jay off to Spoods. They're looking to try and double touch this one in. It is dropped into the crease. 10 seconds left to go. Can he push it to Jay? No. Balo going to take it to the corner, and that is basically going to be curtains here for the St. Clair Saints Gold squad here in the second game. Carleton, sure enough, they came back swinging and are successfully going to take this in 2-0 fashion.
Yeah, and normally when you lose the first game or win the first game, that we call that a warm-up game because it is a best of 5. So you have to win 3 instead of 2. So you got a little bit longer time to, warm up, figure the teams out. So that's what game 1 is normally for, to figure out your playing styles. And I think they came out in game number 2 and played amazing and just beat St. Clair to almost every ball and took advantage of that.
Absolutely. Like, Saints still had themselves a good handful of opportunities. However, there were some extremely clutch defensive saves on the side of Carleton in that game. I believe Chip was getting a ton of them. Same thing with I'm not pulling a blank there. Stop Ash. There he is. He drove through the middle of the field just to remind me. But yeah, was doing absolutely fantastic to say the least. So Saints, more than likely, going to try and come out swinging with one within the first couple of minutes. That's when you know they're comfortable. We'll have to see. Saints are kind of stuck in the row end to start things off.
Yeah, Saints are trying not to let this drop down in front of the net as Comp wins that 50-50 there. But again, it's just stopped as Jay. As I say that, Jay's going to try and take it through the air. And again, just not really getting the touches, and Carleton is beating them to every ball so far in this third game. So
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I think that's where Carleton is taking the advantage in probably the rest of the game is winning those 50-50s.
And we have ourselves an opportunity, but at the same time, Bielo going to come in clutch here. That loose ball was right there for Jay. Took the shot, not going to find it. One thing I'm kind of seeing here, at least for those first opening minute, Saints were always trying to push forward, but they had like 20 boosts to do it. So yes, you get the touch, but what can you do after that? As we see a breakout opportunity, Stop Bash is not going to squander this, and he catches Saints with their pants down and puts it right through the back of the net.
Yeah, the rotation, like I said earlier today, the rotation is something that Saints have to work on, and just like that, it's a great bounce for Carleton, and they did take advantage of that. And if you're Carleton, you can't ask for anything better. And first goal, another lead in the game, and we've seen how they take advantages when they have the lead.
And of course, Carleton, they're forcing Saints to kind of try to play their game at this point, which is exactly when we see this Saints Gold roster kind of tend to falter a little bit. We do see an opportunity, though, through the crease. Bielo trying to get a piece of this. Going to have to rely on Chip to come make the save. Carry it into the corner. Centering attempt. Nobody home to make a save, however. So Chip's going to get a second whack at this, actually. Slow pop fly through the crease. Going to get pushed aside there by Jay. So now we have a 2-on-1 or 2-on-2 breakout here for the Saints. Spoods over to Jay. Going to literally take it right off his wheel like it's a relay race of some sort. But that puts 3 Saints in the offensive zone, and they're going to be forced to rush back.
Yeah, I did not like that double commit from the Saints, as that's going to go off the backboard looking for a shot. Comp was, and Carleton, just like that, is going to try to get an opportunity from this.
See how gassed the Saints are in this situation, because again, they're just flying through, trying to push forward, but at the same time, it feels like they're just missing the finishing touch here. We see Comp fully loaded, ready to go. Unfortunately, not going to get the contact he was looking for on that one. Spoods just eating himself into the opposing side of the field as well, so it's going to be up to Jay to try and do the defensive work here. He is going to get the initial clear. However, Bielo in the Saints zone, still just keeping it himself as well. Pop fly, Comp looking for the redirect, down low. Jay shot on target, but a huge save coming out here from Bielo. Really clutching that one up to keep this 1-0 game for Carleton.
Yeah, it's definitely a clutch save. Another one we see in game number 3, and Carleton's going to try and make an opportunity as this and take the shot, but just a little bit wide. Jay is going to take to the air. That's going to be on net. It's going to be off the crossbar, and Comp whiffs on it, but another shot on goal, and Spoods puts it away to tie up the game.
And perfect timing and clutch on Spoods to come back all the way from the crease. Pop fly ball, nobody was ready for this. And props to Spoods for not just directly firing it forward. Somebody was there. I think it was Chip. He would have been in range to jump on up there and try to get a piece of it to hit it above the crossbar. But tucking it into the right-hand side like this now means we have ourselves a 1-1 game. But Bielo, he wants to get themselves right back into the lead, forces Spoods to go up high to stop any sort of play from happening.
Almost a kickoff goal for Carleton, as
oh my,
Comp's gonna get an opportunity, but Bielo's there to make a save, and that's back-to-back saves from each team. So, you know, this is exactly what we're expecting, close matchups, and Spoods is gonna center that, and Comp, I don't know if he was expecting that or not.
And that's what. So go ahead.
I was gonna say, what, Jay wins the 50-50 there.
That's when you wish you have a shovel or something at the front of your car, just for that little extra range, right? That pass was on target, but just a little bit too far ahead of them. And now Saints forced to try and clear it out once again. Minute left, could possibly go to overtime if this is not settled here. As we see Bale with another save, another shot. Comp doesn't want overtime. He wants to finish this right here in game number 3. Take care of it as Spoods lines it right up. Stop Ash makes the initial save, but you cannot stop the rebound 9 times out of 10. And Comp going to put Saints in the lead.
Yeah, and Carleton, they have not plenty of time, but they do have some time. So you just have to make sure that you don't let St. Clair score another goal and take a 2-0 lead, because that'll probably be like right around, I was going to say 30 seconds, but man, Comp had an opportunity there to put it away.
Gosh, whether he attempted to or not, that was basically a double touch from him and the post. We see Comp up high, just trying to kill some time for a second, puts it off the backboard. Jay does get past, however. Here comes Chip from the side of Carleton University, puts it off the corner. Spood's going to try and slow it down a little bit. Get it a little bit higher up in the air as well. Just going to keep killing time. Has no more boost left. The pass did not make contact. Comp is a sitting duck at this point. No boost or anything left on this final defense. Stop Ash now looking for a player. Balo is there. The shot's going to go wide, however. Still a couple seconds left. The ball needs to touch the ground one more time, and it is the St. Clair victory, but it's still dangerous. Balo carrying it up. Can he find somebody? He's surrounded by Saints at this point, and Comp is going to be able to secure the victory here for Game 3. Nice little play at the end there.
Yeah, I thought Carleton was going to have an opportunity there. That they kept the ball up, and I mean, if Balo had a little bit more boost or something, I think he was out of boost, and if he had a little bit more, I think something could have happened there, and maybe a last-second goal, which we would have seen overtime. But it's a back-and-forth game, and it's super close. So you open up the defense for either team, and you have to take advantage of it, which Saints did, and that's what gave them a 1-goal lead, which led to the Game 3 win.
I mean, that last little closeout there, like I can't imagine the pressure you're under, of course, being a collegiate matchup. You have the ball sitting there on your roof. You're probably a bit low on boost, and you know, like, any sudden movement, it'll just fall off your car, and then, you just lost your time right there anyway. It was like, how do you set it up? You were surrounded by 3 Saints, and to be fair, Carleton held on for a good couple of moments there, but just could not quite get the job done. Balo with 3 saves in that one, making this a much closer game than it honestly had any right to be. He had so many of those, like, extremely, like, I don't know if you call it like supersonic when you're at full boost speed, but like full speed, flying through the crease, last second saves, kept that so clutch. The fact that it was a 1-goal game is a massive props there to Carleton. But without any further ado, we do have game number 4. Is Carleton going to bring us to game number 5, or is Saints going to close us out right here?
Yeah, that was almost a kickoff goal there as it goes off the corner, and Spoods had a shot there, but a big save there by Balo. And from both teams, I'm expecting this to be only another 1-goal game. But if Carleton wins first, or if scores first, I definitely think that they would push a game number 5, as we are in game number 4. As I say that, Jay gets the first goal of this game and gives Saints the first lead since game 1.
Yep, to make it happen there. Stop Ash unfortunately makes the flip, but could not find the contact that he was looking for. Now, Saints, they're in the comfortable seat, to say the least, at this point. As going into the St. Clair zone, Spoods is going to put this right back to Jay. Hop fly through the center. Halo, this is an opportunity actually. Stop Ash is going to put it a little bit too high, however, so going to have to force Carleton to go back on the retreat momentarily.
Yeah, Chip had a nice clear there. As I say that, Jay's going to try and do something. And stop Ash, I believe that was, with a big save. Again, that could be a clutch save going on later in the game. And Saints is just trying to get all the offensive pressure as they can. That's going to go off the backboard, and Chip's going to try and clear that. That's going to be redirected towards the net, but Spoods is there to make a save.
Yeah, that save was a gigantic momentum builder there for Carleton, just tucking it just into the post. Jay looking for that final touch there to try and tuck it into the right post himself, but not going to find it. We still now have 3 minutes, 30 seconds, plenty of time still on the clock. 1 goal game right now here in the Saints' favor. Comp, he's on a demo spree, but he actually gets taken down himself. And Carleton are not going to fall for some of those demo shenanigans that we do see both Saints rosters trying to do. And if anything, Stop Ash is just mad at this point. He's like, you're going to try that against us? No, I'm going to make you eat it instead. Taste your own medicine. 2 demos within a minute.
Yeah, it's definitely one thing that could help them is getting off those demos, but Saints had the offensive pressure when they did get those demos. So if they want to, they have to make sure that they're on the offensive pressure as Chip gets another demo.
It's trying to shut down the plays by there being no cars to actually make the play to begin with, it seems, as of this moment, but I can't fault the strategy as long as, oh my gosh, Stop Ash, he is just on an absolute tear. Who knew that he was an enforcer here on the side of Carleton, but I absolutely love it. And Comp's getting it back as well. We have axles and like spoilers flying all over this Rocket League arena, and I absolutely love it. You don't usually see a whole heck of a lot of aggressive play like this, and Jay finds the opportunity. Once again, Spoods off the backboard, right to Jay.
Yeah, they use their 4th player twice there, and then Jay comes in to end that and give them a 2-0 lead a little over halfway through the game. So Carleton definitely needs a goal quick, and I mean, they do have an opportunity, but again, you can't waste too much time against the Saints as their defense has upheld most of the pressure. So Carleton definitely needs one probably within the next 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, for at least their own sanity, because like they very well, of course, can make the last-ditch effort, but why wait till that, right? Try to set something up, try to make the play right here, right now. Maybe focus a little less on demos as we see a little bit of an attempt through the crease, but it's going to be carried out by Spoods, and there's nobody home. Never mind. Balo going to make the save.
Yeah, Balo was just waiting for him to take the shot there, as you can see, but Comp shooting it into his own net, almost getting an assist here from Stompash. That's going to be another shot on goal, but the defense here is just insane as the offense opportunity, that's going to hit off the post and go just wide of Jay there. Almost gave him a 3-0 lead.
I mean, Comp going through the opposing net to just completely eat it right back into our own zone had me seeing question marks. But one thing I cannot question is this fantastic shot here from Stop Ash. Spoods and Jay trying to get the clearing attempts, but the corner bounce was just perfect here for Stop Ash. Basically just got it teed up for him, and he launches that thing right into the middle, bring this back to a 1-goal game. This is the kind of thing that they needed. They're right around the corner from tying this up.
Yeah, so you have a little bit longer. I said 30 seconds, and I think it took them about 45 seconds. So they still have just over a minute left to tie up this game, which it gives you a little bit of relief having that extra, say, 10, 20 seconds. And as we see it now, Spoods is going to try to stop that. And they're going to try everything in their power as Jay gets a shot. That's going to be off the post, post, on the line. It's still in front of the net, and that's going to be clear to mid, but Jay's going to keep the offensive pressure, has a little bit more boost, but Balo, I believe that was, with a pass, and Saints are not stopping this. Spoods trying to put it away here as that's centered, 30 seconds left. Comp, that's going to be hit, that's going to be down. Spoods is there to put it away.
How many times are we going to see this here today where we see Jay once again up to the top? Balo, you thought you were going to make the pass? No. Punch you right back into the corner. No chance of anybody making the save here. And I honestly think with that goal, Saints basically signed their tickets for the victory here in this OCRS matchup. But I would love to be wrong if Carleton could pull a rabbit out of a hat here.
Yeah, you never know. Anything could happen. 2 goals in 15 seconds, not ideal. As Saints looking to put it away, but again, there's not much time for Carleton here, as it's going to be over and Saints are going to take this series. On the line save from Comp.
What a way to finish it off there. Beautifully done. As you said, that was directly on the line. It could not have gotten any closer than that. And to be fair, like, had that gone in, yes, there would have been 1 second left, but that would have still given you one more face-off in which there was one more opportunity, one more chance to actually make that play happen. So just to shut it down right there, that final save is absolutely clutching it up. Carleton University going to find themselves their first loss here in OCRS, but of course, they can't necessarily be too mad about it, in my opinion, because it's against currently the first seed in their group. And they still gave us an absolute run for the money. I actually liked that this was not only a close match on paper, but it was actually a close match in game as well. It could have gone either way, especially after game number 1. Game number 1 looked like it was basically like Saints for the win or whatever, right? But after that, Carleton was just right along the same pace. But unfortunately, just a couple things didn't quite go their way this time, and Saints going to take this one in 3-1 fashion.
Yeah, and last season I've called Garashi Mr.
Mr.
Clutch.
Clutch, yeah.
I think I found a new player to take over that nickname. Comp, man. He is that technically game winning goal, and that last save there at the last second, both clutch situations, and I mean that's what gave him those series win over them. So over Carleton, that was a great game, by the way. And I mean, both teams played great, and Carleton that was played better than I was expecting.
I was like going into this game, I'm thinking to myself, it's like, okay, yes, this team is undefeated, but I've said this has been a close game before in like a very similar situation, and all of a sudden it just ends up being a 3-0 blowout and the game's not even close. However, I'm very happy to see the game that we got here today with Carleton. They've definitely shown that they're the top of the group for a reason, and I feel like if I hop on back over here, that they might be able to even get themselves into that second place position if they keep this up. Of course, this isn't updated as of the match just happened, but it is going to rely a lot on this Brock University matchup. First off, who they play this week, which in theory, I think they should have that match. However, if I do throw this over to the schedule, we actually play Brock next Friday at 8 p.m. That is going to be on the OCRS stream. So the two Titans of Group 3, I do believe, going to be going at it here, possibly 5-0, 5-0 at that point, with, again, similar situation where both teams haven't lost yet. Who goes down? And personally, I haven't seen Brock yet, so I'm excited to see this gold team in action, not only in this Brock Esports matchup, but during Wednesday and Thursday's CCA as well. Then, of course, we see Green this Sunday coming up versus Purdue C in AVGL. And then next Saturday, they start their own CCA Open Adventures and going up against Ohio State. So, again, still plenty of Rocket League on the schedule here for this summer. And it is just going to get even more and more intense as we start narrowing down into playoff season for not just one league, but more than likely 3. I know it's going to be a handful to try and keep track of, but that's what I'm here for, or what we're here for, rather, to try and break it down as best as possible. And I honestly am probably going to need like some pre-game analytics shows to actually break it down come playoff time. But we still got some time to get there, nonetheless. I can't count my chickens before they hatch yet.
Yup, and going back to Brock Esports, they do play Ryerson Rams tonight. Ryerson Rams are 0-1. They've only played one game.
It was just against us, too, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was against us. They did lose 0-3 in that series, so it's tough to tell where they place that, but again, that all determines tomorrow once they update the schedule or the standings.
Yeah, we definitely need more data there for Ryerson because they don't have a whole heck of a lot recorded as of right now. I feel like they've played more matches, it's just not been recorded. But yeah, like if they've only dropped a series to the first seed, it's still anybody's game as to where they could end up. So we'll have to be keeping an eye on that. But as for the matchup here today, of course, congratulations to our St. Clair Saints Gold Squad for another solid victory, 3-1 up against Carleton University Pink. Good games to all. And thank you everybody for tuning in. But in theory, we are not done quite yet. We should have at 9 o'clock in about 20 minutes time or so, should be Humber versus St. Clair Saints Green. Although I have heard that they may have accidentally scheduled the wrong team, so it might end up being an FF. But as soon as I get the update on that, I will be sure to let everybody know. So that's when not just him and Han and waiting till 9 to hear, hey, forfeit. So we'll give you the update as soon as we get it here at the desk. But of course, a couple thank yous to everybody for tuning into the matchup and supporting both Rocket League squads. Big thank you to Nick Malash here for, again, doing as much commentary as possible over the last couple of weeks. You've been absolutely grinding, and I definitely thank you for it.
Oh, thank you. I love being on the mic, and you know what? You never know. Maybe our LCS one day. Hopefully.
Hey, shoot high. There's plenty of steps to keep growing there too as well. So keep on going. And then of course,
absolutely.
Big thank you to the sponsors as well that do make this all possible. St. Clair College, Zekelman School of Business and Information Technology, Tim Hortons, PC Outlet, St. Clair's SRC, and the St. Clair College Alumni Association for making this all possible here for the St. Clair Saints varsity esports team. With that being said, that's it for this matchup. We will get ready to set up for the Humber matchup, assuming that it does end up going down. If for whatever there is an issue, we will contact you as soon as possible. So hang tight. We'll be right back.